Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and in today's video we're going to be having a live battle from the 2007 format. On one side, we've got the Metagross Dragonite deck, known as MetaNite, going up against the Infernape Delcatty deck, known as InferCatty. Now both of these decks are some of the favorite ones ever made in the history of the game, so I'm really excited for this battle. So let's see who can take the victory today. Let's get into the battle. And here we go, the battle has started with both players flipping over their starting Pokemon. On the Infernape side, we've got a Chimchar as the active Pokemon with the Skitty on the bench. And on the Metagross side, we've got an active Beldum with a Dratini on the bench. The Metagross side is going first, attaching a Lightning Energy to the active Beldum and then passing the turn immediately. On the Infernape side, we've got the first energy attachment for their side, a Fire Energy to Chimchar, and then using the trainer card, Holland's Transceiver. Holland's Transceiver is the key part of the Holland engine, letting the player search the deck or discard pile for any Holland supporter card, adding the Holland Mentor to their hand. And here we see the Holland Mentor being played immediately. Every one of the Holland supporters has the cost of discarding one of the cards from the player's hand to be used. And Holland Mentor can search the deck for any 3 basic Pokemon to add to the hand. So we see 1 Skitty and 2 Chimchar coming to the player's hand. The Holland engine, probably one of the best support engines in the history of the game, all tied together by the Holland Transceiver, able to search out any supporter that the player might be needing, like I said, from the deck or from the discard pile. Okay, with all the Pokemon benched, Chimchar declares its Scratch attack, hitting Beldum for 20 damage, as Beldum is weak to Fire Pokemon, and turn passes over to the Metagross side. They also play their own Holland Mentor, discarding a card from their hand, to also search for 3 basic Pokemon to add to their hand. So we see a Dratini, a Beldum, and Holland's Cast Form. 3 basic Pokemon coming into the player's hand. Actually, hold on. It looks like one of the Dratini is being swapped out for something else. Okay, they're instead opting to get a Holland's Voltorb. So they're probably going to be using this Voltorb as an energy attachment. So there's the Beldum, Holland's Cast Form, and yeah, Holland's Voltorb is being used as an energy attachment onto this Cast Form. Beldum has a free retreat cost because of its Pokebody Connective Body, and now immediately evolves into Metang on the bench. Cast Form declares his attack, Delta Draw, drawing 1 card from the deck for every Delta Species Pokemon on the player's side of the field. Now, Delta Species Pokemon are normal Pokemon the players can use, but they have a different type than their usual one. So as you can see, Beldum and Dratini are Lightning types on the player's side, whereas normally Dratini would be a Dragon type, and Metang and Beldum would normally be a Steel or Psychic type. But because they are Delta species, they are now classified as Lightning-type Pokemon. Okay, over to the Infernape side, they played Celio's Network as their supporter, adding Delcatty to their hand, and then immediately evolving one of their bench Skitty to Delcatty, and now they're playing the trainer card Rare Candy to evolve Chimchar straight into Infernape. Infernape gets a double Rainbow Energy, so it is now fully powered up and ready to attack. And there's the attack declared. Flare Blitz, discarding the double Rainbow Energy and hitting Cast Form for 80 damage, taking the first KO of the game. Alright, so Infernape is already putting immediate pressure on the other side, taking a first KO on the second turn of the game. Okay, over to the other side, Beldum is promoted active. Another Cast Form comes down into the bench. Let's see what the supporter is going to be for the turn. Okay, it's going to be a second Holland's Mentor, discarding another card from the hand and searching their deck for another 3 basic Pokemon. Okay, there's the Dratini, the one that was picked out from last turn, I assume. A third Beldum. And let's see what the last one's going to be. Oh, a Shining Latios. Alright, so we might see a Shining Pokemon in this battle. Shining Latios, or it's also known as Latios Gold Star. A really rare card in the game. It has a great attack. So if we're lucky, we'll be able to see it later in the game. Okay, the Holland's Cast Form did get a Metal Energy attached to it, so it can use its Delta Draw attack, and now because there's 5 Delta Species Pokemon on the bench, the player can draw 5 cards, so Holland's Cast Form is a really good Pokemon for the early stages of the game to load up on resources. On the Infernape side, they get a second Rainbow Energy attachment, so again, that's a quick KO on Cast Form, taking the second prize of the game. But it looks like Infernape did not have any supporters for their turn, because they played none. Back over to the Metagross side, Beldum is promoted active once again. Looks like the player's going over what cards are in their discard pile for right now. There shouldn't be much, as it's still pretty early in the game. Okay, they're playing their own Holland Transceiver, searching the deck for any supporter. So the supporter is going to be Holland Researcher. Okay, there it is played. There's the discard from the hand. Holland Researcher has the ability to add either Metal Energy from the deck to the hand or a Delta Species Pokemon. So it looks like they opted to add the Metagross to their hand. This is going to be the main attacker of the deck, and it evolves the benched Metang. Metagross has the Pokepower Delta Control, letting the player look at the top 4 cards of their deck, choosing to keep one of those cards in their hand, and then putting the other 3 at the bottom of the deck. So Metagross is really good for looking through the deck in this way, and finding whatever resources they may need. A Metal Energy comes down onto the benched Metagross, and the Shining Latios also comes down to the bench. With nothing else to do, the turn passes over to the Infernape side again. Infernape plays their second Holland Transceiver, searching for another Holland supporter from their deck, and it's going to be Holland Last this time. And looks like the Metagross player is going to be looking over what this card can do. And I believe what it does is it lets the player look at the top number of cards equal to the number of prizes on both sides of the field. So there's 4 prizes on one side, 6 on the other, so that means they can look at the top 10 cards of the deck. And once they do, they can add any number of energy cards that they see into their hand. Oh, looks like they're having trouble there. Okay. There we go, so top 10 cards, and again, they can add all the energy that they see off those 10 cards into their hand. So, a lot of potential for energy attachments coming down pretty quickly. So there's 1 fire energy, 2 more fire energy. Any more? No, it looks like that was it. Just 3 fire energy coming off the Holland Lass. So it's going to be enough to power up the Infernape and also to use Delcatty's Energy Draw Pokepower. And there's the Energy Draw activated, discarding 1 of the fire energy to draw 3 more cards from the deck. So the Infernape deck, really good for drawing cards because of Delcatty. There's the second fire energy, so Infernape is ready to use its Flare Blitz attack. There's the attack declared, but it looks like it was not Flare Blitz. It was the first attack, Meteor Punch, but it did roll tails, so the attack failed. And it looks like the player opted to use Meteor Punch because they did not want to discard the fire energy for the Flare Blitz, but looks like that plan backfired. Over on the Metagross side, Metagross activates Delta Control once again. Their own consistency Pokemon Power, looking at the top 4 cards and adding 1 to their hand. Are we going to be seeing any more energy attachments? First, one of the Dragonair evolves, and a Rare Candy evolves the second Dratini into another Dragonite. So now you've got 2 Dragonite on the Metagross side of the field, and the supporter Holland Scientist is played, discarding 1 card from the player's hand, and then drawing cards until they have an equal number of cards in hand as their opponent. And now it looks like we're finally going to be seeing Dragonite's Pokepower activating. Dragonite is the main support for the Metagross deck. It has the Delta Charge Pokepower, attaching discarded lightning energies onto anything on its side of the field. Actually, excuse me, not anything, onto any benched Pokemon on its side of the field. So it looks like there was some more lightning energy attached to Metagross, and now it is fully ready to fully powered up and ready to attack. Metagross has the attack called Crush and Burn. It only requires 1 lightning and 1 metal energy to be declared, and what it does is it deals 30 base damage, and then the player can discard any number of energy cards from their side of the field, and then the attack does an additional 20 damage for every card discarded in this way, so pretty high damage cap off Crush and Burn. The player also used another Rare Candy to evolve their benched Beldum into a second Metagross, and now the attack is declared Crush and Burn, discarding all 4 energy, so it is 30 plus 80 more damage, so it's, 1 hit KO, dealing 110 damage, and finally the Metagross takes her first prize of the game. Chimchar is promoted active on the Infernape side, and let's see what the player can do. So the first Delcatty, actually the only Delcatty, uses Energy Draw to draw 3 more cards from the top of the deck. Let's see if there's gonna be any more evolutions coming down for the Infernape side. Okay, well, there's the second Delcatty, so we might see another Energy Draw. Yeah, there it is, Energy Draw. A second Fire Energy is discarded, letting the player draw another 3 cards from the top of the deck. So it's 6 cards drawn And then the supporter Holland Adventurer, discarding yet another card to draw another 3 cards from the deck. So that's 9 cards drawn this turn so far. Plus the initial draw for the beginning of the turn, so it is 10 cards drawn, so it looks like they got exactly what they need. There's a rare candy evolving into another Infernape. But they do not have a double rainbow energy. They only have the single fire energy, so Infernape cannot use Flare Blitz, so they're opting to go with Meteor Punch. But it rolls tails once again, so the attack does nothing. And the turn passes back over to the Metagross side. Metagross has no energy on its side of the field because it burned everything last turn, but let's see if they can get some energy on board this time. So here we see another rare candy evolving into the Psychic type Metagross this time. The Psychic Metagross has the Pokepower Super Connectivity, letting it pick up a discarded Metal Energy to attach to the active Pokemon, at the cost of dealing 10 damage to that Pokemon. So first we're going to see the active Metagross activating Delta Control to look at the top 4 cards and keeping one of those cards in hand. Okay, now we see the benched Metagross also activating Delta Control, looking at some more cards. And are we going to be seeing any energy acceleration? Okay, yeah, there's both of the Dragonite activating Delta Charge, attaching 2 lightning energies onto the Shining Latios. Oh, and there's the attach for the turn, Holland's Cast Form. Holland's Cast Form can also double as an energy card, in this case a double rainbow energy, but it also has to bounce back one of the attached energies from the Pokemon. So one of the lightning energies came back to the hand, and now Shining Latios is fully powered up. A switch card brings Latios into the active spot, and the supporter for the turn is going to be Celios Network, letting the player search for any Pokemon from their deck. So there's going to be another Holland's Cast Form being added to the hand. There's the attack declared. Shining Star. Shining Star does require a Lightning, Grass, and Psychic energy to be used, but because of the double rainbow energy, it can be used right away. And because it was launched into a Stage 2 Pokemon, it dealt a whopping 150 damage, taking an easy KO on Infernape, but at the cost of Latios discarding all of its energy cards. On the Infernape side, we see the supporter Holland Farmer being played, adding a couple more Infernape and some fire energies from the discard pile back into the deck. And the Monferno is the active Pokemon, so it looks like the player's really going to have to dig through their deck to get that Infernape up and running again. So we see a Delcatty activating Energy Draw to draw 3 more cards from the deck. And do we have the Infernape? Yeah, there it is! Infernape comes back into play. You can't get rid of Infernape that easily. And there's the attachment for the turn, double rainbow energy, so it is now able to use its Flare Blitz attack. And Flare Blitz is declared, discarding the double rainbow energy and taking a one-hit KO on Latios. So it looks like Infernape is back in the game. The damaged Metagross is promoted active, and the player draws their card for the turn. Let's see what they're going to be doing this turn. Yeah, like I said, this is one of my favorite matchups of all time, Infernape versus Metagross. I love both of these decks. So, if you guys enjoy this battle too, please remember to leave a like, and give me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this battle, let me know who you think is going to win. So we see a couple of Delta Control powers being activated, looking at the top 4 cards to add more cards to the hand. The 4th Beldum comes down to the bench. The energy attachment from the hand is going to be a lightning energy. The Psychic Metagross attaches a metal energy with its Super Connectivity Pokepower. So that does put another 10 damage on the active Metagross. But that's a small price to pay, so now Metagross is fully powered up to use its Crush and Burn attack. Though it does need some energy on the bench to deal some more damage. And that's how the Dragonite can add their support. Both of them activate Delta Charge, equipping discarded lightning energies onto the benched Metagross. And now there's enough energy on board for the Crush and Burn attack to take a one-hit KO on Infernape. So we're seeing both of these decks take one-hit KOs on each other back and forth. Yeah, there's the attack declared. All 4 energy are discarded right away, and Infernape is knocked out. So now there's no more Chimchar or Infernape on the Infernape side of the field, with only 2 Delcatty. So things are not looking good for the Infernape side. Celios Network is the supporter played, adding a Chimchar to their hand. But unless they have the rare candy and double rainbow energy in hand, they're not going to be able to declare an attack this turn. One of the Delcatty activates Energy Draw, discarding a Fire Energy to draw 3 cards from the top of the deck. And they're really going to be needing the perfect draw from that. Okay, there's a second Chimchar, so that gives them a few more options for the following turn. Oh, but there is no attack declared this turn, and no energy attachment either. That's gotta hurt. On the Metagross side, the benched Beldum evolves into Metang. The Lightning Energy is attached from the hand to the active Metagross. Another discarded Metal Energy is attached by the Psychic Metagross. And the 2 Dragonite activate Delta Charge once again, and that's 4 energy on the Metagross side of the field once again. But before the attack is declared, Delta Control is activating. So the player's getting ready for their following turn. I guess they're preparing for the... just in case that one of these Chimchar does evolve into Infernape on the following turn, so they're just preparing for that possibility. But honestly, the Metagross side is looking great. They have everything they need. They've got 2 Metagross for Delta Control, a Psychic Metagross for the Super Connectivity, and 2 Dragonite for the Delta Charge, so it doesn't look like there's not much that the Infernape side can do. Speaking of Infernape, there it is. A rare candy was played, so Infernape does evolve. Holland's Last is played once again. So there's fewer prizes in play nowadays, so the player cannot look at that many cards. I can't really tell how many prizes are in play right now. But they do get a double Rainbow Energy off of it, so it looks like this Infernape will be able to take a KO on Metagross. Okay, before the attack is declared, Delcatty activates Delta Draw, discarding... sorry, not Delta Draw, Energy Draw. Discarding the Fire Energy to draw 3 more cards. We have a second rare candy, evolving the benched Chimchar into another Infernape, so we've got 2 Infernape up and running now. The double Rainbow Energy is attached to the active Infernape, and now it is ready to use its Flare Blitz attack, and yeah, it's not taking chances with Meteor Punch this time, going straight for the Flare Blitz and taking a KO on Metagross. Okay, Metang comes up active as a new Pokemon for the Metagross side, and let's see if they have another Metagross. Yeah, they do! They had the 4th Metagross in hand, so now we have all 4 Metagross have been played. So if they have the Lightning Energy in hand, they will be able to take a KO on this Infernape, as they have plenty of Pokemon on their side of the field for Energy Acceleration. Yeah, there's the Lightning Energy from the hand, Metal Energy from the Psychic Metagross, and 2 more Lightning Energy from the Dragonite. Exactly enough to knock out this Infernape. Yeah, like I said, the Metagross side, pretty hard to stop them now, as they've got everything they need to just declare attack turn after turn, hitting for at least 100 damage every turn. Okay, the Holland Farmer is the next supporter played, adding, looks like a Beldum, Metagross, and the Shining Latios back into the deck, along with 2 discarded Lightning Energies. So again, looks like they're going to prepare that Shining Latios, just in case they have to power it up and take down one of these Infernape. Crush and Burn is declared, discarding all 4 energy, dealing 110 damage to the Infernape, and that is another KO taken by Metagross. The next Infernape is promoted active, and Celios Network is the supporter played. A lot of Celios Network being played this game by both sides. Okay, it's going to be Skitty this time, coming into the hand. Okay, there's the Skitty put down into the bench. And, oh, it looks like the active Infernape leveled up into Infernape level X, and now the other player is looking over what it can do. What Infernape level X can do is it has the Pokepower Burning Head, letting the player look at the top 3 cards of the deck. They can choose one to keep in the hand and then discard the other 2. It has the attack Flare Up, which needs 2 Fire Energies, and it deals 150 damage, easily enough to take a KO on anything on the Metagross side. And also it can use the attacks of the previous Infernape form, so it looks like it's using its Meteor Punch attack right now. It did roll 2 heads, so that's 30 times the number of heads, that's 60 damage, but because Metagross is weak to fire Pokemon, it got hit for 120 damage, so 1-hit KO. And with 1 more energy attachment, that this Infernape is needing. Looks like the Metagross side is going to be struggling to take it down because it does have 100 and... what is it, 120? Yeah, 120 HP. Has more HP than the previous form. So it looks like the Metagross side is going to be needing 5 energies to discard. Let's see if they can pull it off. So Holland Researchers is board played, adding a 3rd Dragonite to their hand. But can they get the Dragonite into play this turn? Okay, there's the Dratini. Do they have the rare candy? Yeah, they do! There's the rare candy! Putting a 3rd Dragonite onto the bench. So that is going to be enough energy acceleration to take a 1-hit KO on this Infernape before I got to fire off its flare-up attack. There's the attach from the hand. And now all 4 of the benched Pokemon are going to accelerate their own energy. All 3 Dragonite are activating Delta Charge, accelerating 3 energy onto the field. So that is going to be enough for 130 damage to hit this Infernape before it got to be powered up. Otherwise it would have taken a 1-hit KO on Metagross. So there's the attack declared. Crushing Burn takes down Infernape level X to take the final prize. And there's the handshake. Metagross is your winner. Well, what did you guys think of that battle? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching. And until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.